Hi everyone, welcome back to the Creative Station. Today we're going to review the month of June in my garden, so we'll have a quick look at everything going on. So we started June 6th. I had received my earth to put into the boxes here, and I started to plan where I'm going to put my tomatoes, basil, and other things. So here we have it set up. In the back row I've set up a tomato, basil, tomato, etc. And here is the zucchini that I've already put in the soil. So we start by digging, and I have these biodegradable, some of them for the basils were biodegradable containers, so it's simply just pop them in. For the tomato ones, you have to dig a pretty deep hole, and just by removing the bottom leaves, 2 or 3 leaves, so that we can dig even deeper. The deeper you dig it, the more roots it's going to create, and the more stronger the plant will be in the long run. So you just do a big deep hole, fill it up with the dirt. There we go. Now, in between each tomato plant and basil plant, I dug some little holes with my fingers, and I inserted some Romano beans. These will climb up into the cage, chicken wire, and will go all the way up and fill up the space. It's going to be really beautiful. I did that last year and it really turned out great. And I've planted the zucchini as well. This will take so much space that I've decided just to plant only one. And you'll see later on in the video how much it grew so fast. It's amazing. Here I'm going to be planting now a little pepper that someone gave me that started from seed, and it hasn't grown much since I had it like a few weeks back, so hopefully it's going to do something. Let's give it a try, see if it does anything, because it didn't seem to be growing so good. Here are my flowers that I'll be planting in the corner. We've got some calendula and some daisies, so I'll be putting them in. Now, note to myself, when I put them in these little reused cookie and vinegar jugs things, it wasn't the best because it kind of crumbled away and everything fell apart, because these weren't too grown much inside. They were a bit, small seedlings, so, the roots didn't take it up, and it wasn't super easy to put in. So next time I think I should start them earlier and put them in something a bit different. And you'll see a bit later when I tried putting the calendula as well, everything fell apart. So, but you'll see later in the video how well they kind of grew still. These are really tough plants and they can survive in pretty much any condition. This is not great soil. It's a mix of garden soil and normal dirt soil that I had there, so, you know. And as you see here, everything just like, yeah, crumbled, and I had a really hard time, especially with my gloves. It wasn't too easy to be delicate, let's just say. So I did the best I could. So there is the first planting I've done. Quite a good job. Then I'll be planting more things later on. I needed to think what I wanted to put in the front lot there that was empty. I was thinking maybe radishes and carrots, so you'll see later on I'm going to do that. I sprinkled as well some chicken manure sprinkles all over the soil, so it helps a little bit as well. I didn't record it, but I just sprinkled a lot over the soil. Now I'm putting in some trenches for my seeds, sorry. I'm putting in a mixture of radishes and carrots. The radishes grow much faster than the carrots, so it helps to know where the rows are, and as soon as you've taken out the radishes, the carrots just continue to grow underneath, so you get like a 2 crop out of 1. It's a really easy trick. Okay, so 2 weeks later, the 17th of June, look how these radishes have just grown so fast. It's amazing. They've grown really, really quickly, and everything has just jump-started so much quickly. Here is the calendula, and I put in some mulch as well, just to help keep the moisture, and you know, they're surviving. And I've also planted some beans in the back here, same Romano beans as in the boxes, and some sunflower in the back here. So this is gonna be really beautiful to grow up and take all that space. Look at these tomatoes, just in 2 weeks they've just exploded. Like, I just even cannot believe it. It's been really warm here in the early June, not a lot of rain, but really, really warm. And we already have a little zucchini. Look at that cutie there. Here are the beans starting to sprout and grow up. So these will go right along the edge there on each side. They're doing pretty good. Here are some nasturtiums, these little flowers, edible flowers, and they're beautiful. They're gonna start slowly. Here we already have some flowers coming in. They're getting there. And the radishes again, looking good. And right next to the tomatoes, we have the basil here, looking good as well. Enjoying all that heat. Here's some nice flowers. I don't know the name of those, but I just find them cute. Little pink flowers, bringing some bees and some little insects to get all that nectar. And I found one little insect. I don't know if you can see it there at the tip. It's like a little black thing trying to get all that juice in there. It's just nice to stop sometimes and observe nature doing its thing, you know? And we're already starting to have some blackberry flowers, so we might have some blackberries by the end of the month. Here are already some raspberries as well on my raspberry bush, so within a few weeks it should be ready. Can't wait. I love raspberries, they're my favorite fruit. Now, for the radishes, they were starting to get really crowded, so because I planted a lot close to them, so I'm going to start by thinning them by using a really sharp scissor to just like cut off the ones that are really close to one another, so I can let each radish grow fully and have a nice size. So, you know, I don't really have a rule of thumb for the distance, but just make sure that there's, you know, a distance for a radish to grow, so like a good inch or two between each one. You can put less. Sometimes they don't mind being too crowded. They're just gonna kind of space themselves out, and it's really, you know, radishes are the easiest to grow, so you don't get too fussy with those. And what I did is I actually ate those. You don't want to throw anything away. You know, this is really a good taste. It tastes like radishes. You can pop that in salads or as a garnish on top of anything. I mean, I just love nibbling on those little seeds there. Now we're in the back of my place, so it's already pretty grown, and in the back I had planted some radishes a few weeks before, so they're already taking a good jump start compared to in the front. Mixed with that, there's, I think, coriander and a little bit of dill as well. So, you know, I like this kind of culture where everything is a bit mixed up, and I search and find, you discover, oh, this is ready, and then you simply, you know, eat whatever you want when it's ready. And these radishes are looking pretty good. I would say if another week or so before I can harvest them. And there as well the dill and the coriander as well, and the nasturtiums are growing pretty well too, these big round leaves there. We've got the butternut squash that is also starting to grow slowly. It's not really quite fast, but it's getting there. And those radishes as well here. Again, I've planted a lot of radishes this year because I knew they were easy to grow and good to eat. And here's the cucumbers as well, looking good. Some little flowers starting here and there. And these are tomatoes, planted too. This tomato plant, what I did is I planted it sideways, like I dig a big hole and I kind of twisted the branch from underneath, and actually the roots are a few inches away, so this permits really a lot of root growing and hardier, you know, sturdier plant as well. There it is in an overview. And underneath here, all my lettuces and kale are growing nicely. I've already harvested some. I did not film it, but it was just so delicious, so it's doing good. And underneath this white thing, there's hardly no bugs or caterpillars eating my kale, so it's really a good thing. Here's the radicchio, slowly growing. And there you have it. So thanks again guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and I'll keep you guys updated on how everything's going in my garden. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope this shows you a little bit of inspiration, I hope, on gardening, because, you know, gardening is the best. It makes you feel so much calm, relaxed, and it's such a reward in the end. It makes you really feel good. So I really encourage you guys to get your hands dirty, if not this year, next year, and take care of yourself, guys. Bye-bye.